going with a boot to the chest area. Pritchard irate. Pritchard wanting a return shot to the CWF Heavyweight Championship, but Dennis Condrey seems to be avoiding the issue. There's that kick by Pritchard. Dennis Condrey caught with a clothesline by Pritchard coming into the ring. So maybe, a DDT. Quick DDT by Loverboy. Dennis Condrey putting something back into his tights. Wait a minute. Burhead Jones was sitting at ringside. He got waylaid. Now it's in the ring. He's taking a metal folding chair. DDT again into the folding chair by Dennis Condrey. A man possessed. It is what? No. Wait just a minute. Condrey again taking Pritchard up, whose head, his head is gashed open, hitting the sharp metal part of that chair as he came down.
Get ready, wrestling fans, for the most exciting hour of professional wrestling on television with the Continental Wrestling Federation. This week, red-hot action from Terry, the Beauty Garvin. The Lethal Weapon Loverboy, Dennis Condrey. Nightmare, Danny Davis. Robert Fuller. The Southern Boys, and many more. Right now, let's go ringside with our host, Charlie Platt.
Charlie Platt, welcome you once again to the Continental Wrestling Federation, originating this week from Montgomery, Alabama, the Civic Center. Out to join me, Ron West. And Ron, it's a banner week in the CWF this week. We've got double cage matches coming up, mixed tag matches in the cage. A lot of big things happening.
That's right, Charlie. You said it all. Double cage matches. What a night is going to happen in arenas. I mean, excitement will start from the time the first bell rings all the way through. Like everybody says, come smell the popcorn and watch some of the best in CWF action you ever see, especially with the double cages.
On this program today, you'll be seeing Jerry Stubbs in action against Don the Stomper Harris. You'll be seeing Dennis Condrey defend that CWF Heavyweight Championship against Nightmare Danny Davis. A lot of people gunning for Condrey right now. It reminds us about what happened last week with Dr. Tom Pritchard on this very program. He's got Wendell Cooley gunning. He's got Danny Davis. Just a list of people out for Dennis Condrey right now.
You talking about Dennis Condrey? You got to say the man comes out. He did take care of a legend. Speaking of Dennis Condrey.
Hear that, Charlie? You ain't Charlie, you Charlie, ain't you?
I think so.
Let me tell you something, fella. I'm a rich girl's lover and a poor girl's dream. You know something? I don't think Brother Tom Pritchard is going to be with us anymore around here, baby. Because you know why? He made the Lethal Weapon mad. That's why. He made me real mad. And I tell you one thing, you won't be seeing his ugly face around here anymore, I promise you that. Now, you got a tape here, Charlie, and I want you to roll it. I want these great fans right here to see exactly what I did to the doctor.
We haven't got a... I don't have a tape schedule to run here.
We got to go through this again. I said run the tape. I brought it myself. I keep a copy of everything I do, and I run the tape.
Well, Mickey, if you could, in the back, let's... Mr. Condrey gave you a tape. Let's run it.
Charlie, I've never seen any man like this. A man like Dennis Condrey takes money from other people and come out here and do something like this to Dr. Tom Pritchard. I mean, he came in, tacked him out there, pulled some kind of foreign object out and hit Tom and dropped him. DDT him not once, but twice on the chair. And like you said, we're going to take... I know the man is going to have to go to the hospital.
Yes, he needs medical attention, and he needs medical attention. He needs it now. Dr. Tom Pritchard, they're trying to. He's holding on to his neck. Obviously, there's some neck injuries, and Jerry Stubbs helping getting him under that ring rope, and certainly don't need any unnecessary jarring of Pritchard as they get him out. The extent of the injuries, certainly not known at this time, but he will require medical attention, leaving a pool of blood in the ring and a pool of blood all over Dr. Tom Pritchard, and certainly Dennis Condrey turning into a wild man.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Florida, weighing in at 280 pounds, Don the Stomper Harris. His opponent from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 238 pounds, Jerry Stubbs.
Don the Stomper Harris on today's edition of the Continental Wrestling Federation. And before we were interrupted by Loverboy Dennis Condrey, Stomper Harris going after Stubbs. I wanted to mention that the beauty Terry Garvin is in action on today's program. Also, Robert Fuller in single competition, plus those wild-eyed Southern boys are in action. I got some special guests coming out to join me. A lot of things taking place on today's edition of the CWF. Stubbs being hurled into that metal post by Don the Stomper Harris out of the state of Florida. Great singles action here on the Continental Wrestling Federation, opening up today's program. Coming to the arenas this week, look for double cage matches. Full body slam by Don the Stomper Harris, dropping the elbow, but no one at home on that one. Harris getting up rather slow, however, he makes his way over to Stubbs. Stubbs fires away with a couple of rights to the head. Stubbs firing it up now, and again takes a right to the head, and Don the Stomper Harris goes between that second and third ring rope. Stubbs takes it out on the floor, begins to pound away at Harris again. Don the Stomper Harris into the post he goes. A little payback on the part of Jerry Stubbs. Back in the ring, courtesy of Stubbs, goes Don the Stomper Harris. We've got a good one going here. Into the turnbuckle he goes. Good follow-up by Stubbs. Stubbs takes his man now into those ring ropes. And maybe a little too ambitious. We see Jerry Stubbs at this particular part of the match. Up there with that boot, but Stubbs takes full advantage of the situation, locks in that figure four leg lock, and we'll see if we get a submission. We'll see if we get a submission. Going for that figure four. He got the submission, so your winner of the match out of Pensacola, Florida will be Jerry Stubbs, winner of our first match. Still to come, action from the beauty Terry Garvin as he takes on Todd Morton. Dennis Condrey defends the CWF Heavyweight Championship on television today. A lot of great action coming your way. Don't go anywhere. Stay right here with us. Big news about what's happening in your arena this week. Right now, let's hear some previously recorded comments from the Stud Stable.
Tennessee Stud, I want to talk about this Jerry Stubbs. You know something, Jerry Stubbs, you bald-headed sucker, you boy. Your mama should have raised you better, boy, because now I'm going to have to whip you like a red-headed stepchild. You come down here a few weeks back, boy, saying that you can uphold your end in a tag team match with me in the Tennessee Stud Stable here. You're nothing but a stumblefoot, boy. I'm going to tell you something, what I'm going to do with you. You come out here with that wig on your head saying that you grew some hair. You ain't grew no hair, boy. I'm going to get you in that cage match, and I'm going to scalp you, boy. You're going to think you was at Custer's last stand when I get through you. I'm going to make you pay what you've done to my face right here. Cage match, you stepped in there with them Southern boys, and that's another mistake that you made. We're going to wipe you all out. We're going to make you belong to us, boys. You're going to know that the Stud Stable here is the best team in the country today. Bruno, you know, there doesn't seem to be much question, baby. There ain't seemed to be much question when we went out there and tried to have a showdown match with you boys. They put the 3 cuffs on side of all of our arms here, boys, and we're supposed to stay cuffed up. We're supposed to find out who the best man is, but we didn't find out who the best man was because you bunch of good-for-nothing cowards took the the cuffs off your arms, and you didn't have guts enough to stay with a chain, stay with that big bell when you was busting that Tracy's head with it, Daddy. They didn't have no way to stay, so you run like scalded dogs. And now you got a cage, Daddy, and it's a big toe, and let's see you get out of that thing, because we gonna kick your tails and make you like it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is scheduled for one fall. Led to the ring by the Beast from the city of Pretty, weighing in at 223 pounds, Terry the Beauty Garvin. His opponent from Music City, USA, weighing in at 205 pounds, Todd Morton.
Todd Morton taking on the Beauty, Terry Garvin, on this edition of the Continental Wrestling Federation. And you know, as the Beast steps out of the ring, and you get a good look at her. And you see all the commercials running on television the last few weeks about Nightmare on Elm Street, part whatever. Seems to me she missed her calling. Collar and elbow, center of the ring. It's Garvin with the knee to the midsection. High back body drop on Todd Morton. Morton again caught with a full body slam by the Beauty, Terry Garvin. Weird individual. Weird as he may be, not as strange as that Beast that he has at his side. Again, it's collar and elbow. Again, the knee to the midsection. Good reversal by Todd Morton. A high back body drop by Morton. Puts Garvin down on the canvas. Garvin taking up full body slam. A little turnabout fair play here. Flying in the air with a drop kick. And it's Garvin going outside. A little breather needed here. And Music City, USA's Todd Morton comes to life against the Beauty, Terry Garvin. Still to come, the CWF Heavyweight Championship of Dennis Condrey goes on the line against Nightmare Danny Davis on this edition of the Continental Wrestling Federation. You stay with us. Well, that's not my problem. Side headlock by Todd Morton, clamping down with the pressure on Garvin. Garvin going up. Good move by Todd Morton. Hip toss takedown. Now Garvin back on defense in this match. Certainly a vocal group with us here at ringside, as you can hear. And the crowd, as always, here in the Montgomery Civic Center. We've got big news about what's coming to your arena coming up a little later on in today's program. A banner weekend with CWF. Wrapping up the summer with a double summer sizzler. And Morton fires back. Morton and Garvin going at it quick from nowhere. Drop kick by Todd Morton. Lightning quick action. This young man, hip toss takedown, back into that side headlock, and Terry Garvin comes up with the head scissors on Todd Morton. Here are the comments of fans at ringside. The hair was pulled. Don't doubt that a bit. However, from my vantage point, did not see it. What a lineup on the CWF. You also see Robert Fuller in singles action. Those wild-eyed Southern boys. Tracy Smothers, Steve Armstrong in action. And what a lineup for today's CWF program. And when you see the banner of the CWF coming to your hometown, go out and enjoy the very finest in professional wrestling. I'd like to say hello to Mr. and Miss Henderson watching over near Andalusia, Alabama. There's the Beast at ringside, adding a little assistance from the outside. Good knee by Garvin as Todd Morton tries to come back into the ring. Again, the Beast aiding Garvin. Garvin now out on the floor himself. Into the retaining barrier goes Todd Morton. Back in the ring he goes. Morton in trouble here. Of course, Garvin had a lot of help by that, whatever you want to call it, at ringside. Quick clothesline by Terry Garvin. 2 count, and he powers out. Count of 2, and Todd Morton mustered the necessary energy. That left arm and shoulder certainly giving Morton a lot of trouble right now. Going for the pile driver. Garvin setting up Morton for the pile driver. It doesn't work. Reversal into a back body drop by Todd Morton. Puts Garvin down on the canvas. And it's Todd Morton with a boot to the midsection. Following up, bringing his man into the ring rope. High flying drop kick. Puts Garvin down to the canvas. Interference paying off. The outside interference pays off, and your winner of the match is the beauty, Terry Garvin. And a lot has been happening in recent weeks between Terry Garvin, the Beast, Miss Linda, and the exotic Adrian Street. We'll update you on some of that in just a matter of moments right now. Let's see what's happening in the arena during this banner week at the CWF.
Don't miss the CWF Live in Newport, Tennessee, Thursday, September 21st, and in Tazewell, Tennessee, Wednesday, August 30th in the Claiborne County Fair, and in Knoxville in the Civic Center. Friday night, September 1st at 8 o'clock, it's Double Cage Night. Special back-to-school prices. Kids 12 and under get in for $1. In the first cage match, Robert Fuller, Jimmy Golden, and Brian Lee with Sylvia, managed by Downtown Bruno, take on Tracy Smothers, Steve Armstrong, and Jerry Stubbs. For the CWF title, Loverboy Dennis Condrey meets Wildcat Wendell Cooley. In a mixed cage match, Terry, the Beauty Garvin, and the Beast team up against the exotic Adrian Street and Miss Linda. The original RPM squares off with Nightmare Danny Davis, and Lou Fabiano meets Todd Morton. Plus, Ron Wright will appear with a special announcement in Knoxville, Friday, September 1st at 8 o'clock in the Civic Center. Don't miss special back-to-school prices. Kids 12 and under get in for $1 on Double Cage Night from the CWF in Knoxville. Don't miss it.
Joining me at ringside, the exotic Adrian Street, Miss Linda. And folks, you have been faced with every peril in the world from this team of beauty, and she's definitely a beast, no doubt about it.
Definitely a beast. Have you seen the teeth on it? And as you're saying, we've been faced with every peril you can possibly think of, but we've thought of one, and we've thought of one that goes a lot better than that. In actual fact, you asked me earlier who thought of it. I'll tell you who thought of this match. The people thought of it. Right from the off, when they saw that Terry Garvin scurrying and running away and doing all the skullduggery that he's been up to, they've called for a cage match. Now, this is the first time in wrestling history. I've asked all around. Nobody's ever heard of this before. 2 men and 2 women in a cage all at the same time. Now, this is going to be like a tornado match. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether Linda wrestles Garvin, whether I wrestle a Beast, teeth and all. It doesn't matter. Whoever comes in contact with either one of us, it's going to be leather and steel. We're going to smash them to pieces. In the cage, first time in history. 2 men, 2 women, or whatever you want to call the Beast and Mary Garbage. Call them what you like. First time in history, and we've got it. It's been passed. It's been passed.
Well, before we talk any more about that, Adrian, let's take a brief look at some of the things that have led up to this situation in this thing. Garvin moving back into the ring behind Linda, takes her into the rope. Power slam. Oh my gosh. It's Garvin dropping the elbow. There goes throws a chair in the ring. Over the head of Terry Garvin goes the chair over the head of the beast. Again, the exotic Adrian Street cleans the ring out on that one. He has cleaned the ring out on that one. Disqualification. Ring official says disqualification. Well, we've just seen some of the action that's taken place. I want to say this. For the first time in the history of professional wrestling, it will be mixed tag match in the steel cage. But there's something a bit different. And every other mixed tag match I've ever seen, say you and Linda are wrestling Terry Garvin and the Beast. If you and Garvin are wrestling, you tag Linda. Garvin must go out. The Beast comes in. It will be woman against woman, man against man. But in this case, it will be all four in the ring at the same time. So legally, Terry Garvin can abuse Linda in the fashion that he has been doing for the last several weeks here in the CWF. But on the same note, you can do anything with that Beast you care to do. That's the way the match goes, and I've never known of this happening before.
There's only one thing I care to do as far as that Beast is concerned. They're going to go through me to get to Linda, and it's going to be leather and steel all the way. I just can't wait to get him in the ring. I'm so excited about this whole thing, and it's the people that thought of it. It's my fans said, get him in a cage, get him in a cage. And that's exactly what we're getting.
I'd like to remind you that anything goes in this situation, Adrian. You realize, putting Linda in this situation, that anything that happens in that cage is not under the sanctioning of CWF, right?
I understand that, and the thing is, Linda and I, we've been training hard. We've been training in Barrett's gym with BJ. She's fit, I'm fit. We just can't wait for this match.
If you don't mind, I'd like to take a little minute of your interview here. As you people just seen how Terry Garvin could be, sneaking up, doing all sneaky little tricks and stuff. And you people all know me and Adrian been friends for a while around here, and they need somebody to hold that key. And from what he's done to me, Adrian, I believe you can trust me, baby. And I would like to hold that key for you in that cage match.
That's great. That sounds fair enough.
My friend here, Todd, he's had first-hand experience. He's had first-hand experience tonight of what those pair of things amount to. I wouldn't trust anybody more than I trust my friend Todd.
There you go, the exotic Adrian Street, Miss Linda, and Todd Morton has volunteered to hold the key in the first ever mixed match in the steel cage, where it can be man against woman, anything goes. Tornado rules will be in effect. That's coming up in your arena right now. Let's take this time out and get maybe a comment or two from the Beast and Terry Garvin.
By for some great hit music.
Lord have mercy, baby's got her blue jeans on.
It's a cheating situation. It's Country Stars 2. 62 super hits on 3 LPs, 3 cassettes, or 3 8-tracks, only $19.95.
Big city turned me loose.
He stopped loving. From 40 years of recorded music.
I'm going back.
62 full-length hits.
Hello, darling.
Performed by America's biggest stars.
But these rose-colored glasses in the Oklahoma hills where I was born. You're my sweet one, my darling.
To order COD or credit card, call toll-free 1-800-633-6600 or save COD and handling charges by sending $19.95 for 3 LPs, 3 8-tracks, or 3 cassettes to Stars 2, P.O. Box 250045, Department CWF, Montgomery, Alabama 36125.
For the next 4 days at California Waterbeds, get up to $1,000 back during our great rebate weekend. That's right, till Monday at 9, there's cash rebates on every bedroom set and soft-sided waterbed at California Waterbeds, like this beautiful solid pine bedroom set, valued at $9.99, yours for only $7.79 after rebate. Or the soft-sided waterbed at $3.99 value, yours for only $2.99 complete after rebate. Plus, the approval of your good credit, there's no payments till $19.90. But remember, it's 4 days only, and only at California Waterbeds during our great rebate weekend.
RC Cola has a real eye-opener for you. You could win one of 100 1989 Mazda V2200 pickups instantly in the Pickup and RC Sweepstakes. How? all? Just enjoy a refreshing can of RC Cola. Then look, peer, peek, squint, stare, or scan the bottom of your RC Cola can to see if you've won. Any way you look at it, there's 100 chances to win. So truck on over to your favorite store. Come on, say yes to the winning taste of RC. You could win a Mazda pickup instantly.
Coming up in a matter of seconds, the CWF Heavyweight Championship. Dennis Condrey goes on the line against Nightmare Danny Davis. But right now, let's go to the dressing room. I understand, standing by with the cameras, we have some comments from the beauty, Terry Garvin, and the Beast about this upcoming mixed tag in the cage.
Adrian Street, I know what you're thinking. Every night when you go to bed, Beauty and the Beast, Beauty and the Beast. We've got that cage coming up, Adrian Street, and I'm never so glad to be in a cage in all my life. Ha! Miss Linda and you, all four of us, it don't matter who's fighting who. That means I can get on Linda. She can get on you. What I'm going to ask her to do is sink these teeth of hers, don't you bite the hand that feeds you, right in to your neck and hold you in that corner while I beat Linda like she's never been beat before. She's a woman. She's not a wrestler. She's not conditioned like me, and I'm going to take it to her. Ha! Todd Morton, you're sticking your nose where your nose don't belong, boy, and I'm telling you what, you're just a kid, and I'm going to send you out if you keep messing with us. It's Beauty and the Beast in a cage, so you people better come see it if you want to see Adrian Street ever again, because this is going to be the last time, I promise.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is scheduled for the Continental Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first the challenger from the USA, weighing in at 226 pounds, Nightmare Danny Davis. His opponent from Muscle Shoals, Alabama, weighing in at 240 pounds, the CWF Heavyweight Champion, the Lethal Weapon, Loverboy, Dennis Condrey.
Well, it's Loverboy Dennis Condrey a little reluctant now that he sees my special guest at ringside with me, and I'm talking about Wildcat Wendell Cooley, former CWF Heavyweight Champion. Condrey just made the statement, it's a setup.
Well, Charlie, I'm only out here just to watch his matches because I know he's been out scouting the last few matches I've had, so I'm going to scout all of his from here on out.
And Condrey looking down at Cooley, looking back at Davis, looking at Cooley, looking at Davis. We have a nervous Dennis Condrey starting off this CWF Heavyweight Championship match.
You just go out and wrestle and do your job. Yeah, I think this guy, we got him nervous.
Well, there you go. Whoa, good shoulder smash by Condrey. Coming off the ropes again, up and over his mat. It's Danny Davis, high flying action, drop kick, and again puts Condrey, the CWF Heavyweight Champion, on the floor. And Wendell, I'll tell you what, if indeed it were a setup, it would be the kettle calling the pot black or the whatever.
That's it, Charlie. I tell you what.
Who knows better about a setup than Dennis Condrey?
Exactly. I tell you what, about a few weeks ago, he pulled off one of the biggest setups I've ever seen. I tell you what, anything that happens to Dennis Condrey ain't good enough.
Danny Davis now going after the head of Condrey. Condrey wanting a little breather here, but I don't think Danny Davis has any idea of giving Condrey any kind of resting room at all.
Well, I don't think he needs to because Dennis Condrey's a very dangerous man, Charlie. You know that, and I know that. And he's got a very, very tough opponent in Danny Davis. He's probably one of the toughest there is around here. And he's got his hands full tonight, I guarantee you that.
Good shoulder smash by Davis coming off of those ring ropes up and over his man. It's Davis. Whoop. Good suplex. And again, Con 1, 2, and he powers out on the count of 2. Dennis Condrey is getting all the action he wants out of Nightmare Danny Davis. Known as a lethal weapon, he is one double tough individual and seems to take pride in injuring a lot of his opponents these days.
Exactly. I'm glad you brought that up. You know, You know, here a couple weeks ago, Charlie Platt, something happened to somebody that I don't really care a whole lot about. But what happened to him, I don't think was really in the lines of the duties of Dennis Condrey. I don't think he should have carried it quite that far, but, you know, be as it may, it's done happen, it's over with, and like I said earlier, Dennis Condrey is a very dangerous man, Charlie Platt. I think he's out to get people out of the business. I don't think he's out here to beat guys. I think he's out here to hurt guys and put guys out of wrestling.
Well, I've watched the career of Dennis Condrey for several years, and I must say that Dennis Condrey we've seen in recent weeks is reminiscent of a Condrey I saw a few years back when that's all he took pride in was injuring his opponents, he and his Midnight Express. Whoa! Well,
that's a good move right there.
That one backfired.
Get him, Danny, get him.
But I will go on record in saying this. No matter what Dennis Condrey tries to do to his opponent, the unorthodox tactics that he might use, the pride he takes in injuring some of his opponents, I have to have the utmost respect for this man in my years of watching his career. He is one of the toughest that have ever stepped in that wrestling ring.
You hit that nail right on the head, Charlie Platt, and any time you step in the ring with Condrey, you got to watch him.
We're going to take a break right now, and promise you to the pinfall while we're gone, we'll bring it to you on tape. Coming back, we'll take this break and be right back.
From the farms to your table, as fresh as can be. From Food Lion.
You may run for the fun of it, you may run for the sport of it, or you just may run because it makes you feel good. Well, on September 23rd, you have a chance to do all of these and more when you Run for the Rainbow, a benefit for the United Way of Greater Knoxville. Now, you can choose a 1-mile fun run, a 5K, or a 10K race, so you can run at your own pace. And you could win one of several prizes, including a trip to Cancun, Mexico. Pick up your registration form at any Pizza Hut restaurant.
Run for the Rainbow from TV6, Pizza Hut Restaurants, and Baptist Health Systems.
Joseph Construction Company is pleased to announce that they've been appointed Butler Manufacturing Company's Builder of the Year. This award recognizes high performance by exceeding sales goals and for recognition of superior craftsmanship. Joseph Construction Company would like to thank all of our clients for their help, enabling us to receive such a prestigious award. It's an award that distinguishes Joseph Construction Company as the leader in the construction industry. Period.
Doomsday 89 is coming, and you can experience the fun, excitement, and fireworks in your own home. TV6 brings you U102's Boomsday Labor Day. The fun begins at 6 when TV6 Live Eyewitness News is live from the bandstand. Then from 8 to 9:30 p.m., it's the bands, the action, and the fireworks of Boomsday 89. Brought to you by Telescripts, your area Toyota dealers, and East Tennessee's U102.
Back to action on the Continental Wrestling Federation. And it's Dennis Condrey now with the head scissors on. Nightmare Danny Davis also has that left arm. And
you just wrestle, let me do my job.
Well,
yeah, you just wrestle and do your job, and I'll do mine out here.
A conversation between Wildcat Wendell Cooley and Nightmare Danny Davis, and Dennis Condrey, we should say. Davis comes out of it, grabs the headlock, back into the head scissors. He goes with the assistance of the hair being pulled there. This is certainly nothing new we've seen out of Condrey. It's Condrey will do anything to win a match, Wendell.
Exactly. You got that right, Charlie Platt. And he's done anything here lately to win matches. I've been scouting all of his matches here lately. He's been scouting all of mine because it's bound to happen. I've got some title matches signed with Dennis Condrey. And I want to know every little trick he's got in his book before I crawl in the ring with him again.
Nightmare Danny Davis begins to fire away, fires at the head of Dennis Condrey, goes for the pin, 1, 2, and the CWF heavyweight champion powers out. And, well, let's don't give him a chance to do anything, says Danny Davis. That's the way to do it. Go right in on the champion. This is a title match on television.
You got to keep him down, Charlie.
All right. Now, he's wrapping up Condrey in those ring ropes, tying his man up. And maybe, good left jab, good right by Nightmare Danny Davis. Spins Condrey around. Condrey, like a tree looking for a place to fall, and he finds it 2 count.
He's got to hook that leg when he gets him pinned, Charlie.
Nightmare Danny Davis now being taken up. Backbreaker by Condrey. Well executed. Now that takes the wind out of anyone's sail, Wendell.
It does, Charlie. It's a very devastating move right there, Charlie. I don't know if you've ever had the breath knocked out of you, but if you ever get the breath knocked out of you, you're kind of out there in no man's land. You really haven't got any functions about yourself.
Now it's Condrey throwing Nightmare Danny Davis out on the floor. Wait a minute. Did you see that? For no reason at all, Burrhead Jones sitting here keeping time in this match. Wait a minute. DDT. A DDT out on the floor. But did you see? Hey, over here. Wait a minute. Cooley going over to check out Danny Davis. Cut the DDT out on the floor. And Burrhead Jones is out over here by our broadcast desk. Nightmare Danny Davis is out on the floor. Caught that DDT into the concrete, and it has opened a large gash in the head. Again, Condrey with the boot. Condrey trying to do nothing but punishment. And wait a minute, he's going back out. He is doing nothing but trying to injure Nightmare Danny Davis. Again, a DDT on the floor, spits in the face of Wendell Cooley. Draws the referee's attention.
I knew I wouldn't be able to sit out here and do this commentary because I knew it. It's all a plan, Charlie.
He is a master of trickery.
He's wanting me to get involved, Charlie, so we can get Danny disqualified, but I'm not going to do it.
That's exactly what's happening here, and he wants...
That's exactly what he's trying to do. He's trying to get me involved, man. Man, Danny's hurt bad, Charlie. I'm not going to see him end up...
Danny Davis trying gallantly to get back in the ring. And he's being pulled back by Wildcat Wendell Cooley. And 10 count, and it's over. Wendell Cooley stopping Danny Davis from getting in the ring. And I think there what he was doing was trying to prevent some unnecessary injury from taking place, as we saw with Tom Pritchard on last week's edition of the CWF. So my hat's off to Wildcat Wendell Cooley for doing just that, preventing that injury from taking place. And they're trying to get Davis out to the dressing room area. We ought to take a break, and let's check what's happening in your local arena. We'll be right back.
Don't miss the CWF Live in Newport, Tennessee, Thursday, September 21st, and in Tazewell, Tennessee, Wednesday, August 30th in the Claiborne County Fair, and in Knoxville in the Civic Center, Friday night, September 1st at 8 o'clock. It's double cage night. Special back-to-school prices. Kids 12 and under get in for $1. In the first cage match, Robert Fuller, Jimmy Golden, and Brian Lee with Sylvia, managed by Downtown Bruno, take on Tracy Smothers, Steve Armstrong, and Jerry Stubbs. For the CWF title, Loverboy Dennis Condrey meets Wildcat Wendell Cooley. In a mixed cage match, Terry, the Beauty Garvin, and the V's team up against the exotic Adrian Street and Miss Linda. The original RPM squares off with Nightmare Danny Davis, and Lou Fabiano meets Todd Morton. Plus, Ron Wright will appear with a special announcement in Knoxville, Friday, September 1st at 8 o'clock in the Civic Center. Don't miss special back-to-school prices. Kids 12 and under get in for $1 on double cage night from the CWF in Knoxville. Don't miss it.
Well, After that melee, he's coming back out to ringside. We're talking about the CWF heavyweight champion, lover boy, the lethal weapon, Dennis Condrey. And I'm sure you have some explanation for what just took place.
I sure do, Charlie Platt. Let me tell you something, boys. That was just a warning. That was a warning because I've already showed you guys around here twice. I started with Dr. Tom Pritchard. Tom Pritchard made me mad. He made me go off. And when I go off, brother, for 30 seconds there, I couldn't tell you my name because I go temporarily insane. Now, Danny Davis just made me go off again. Now, there's a warning there, Swindle Cooley, and you better pick up on it, sonny boy, because when you come out to the goal, you're coming after my living, and I'm not going to have it, sonny. I'll hurt you. Before you win this tower for me, you'll be laid out on that floor. You'll be stretchered out of here. I can promise you that. You'll be stretchered out of here. Because I tell you one thing, baby. If I have to say this, I'll say it. I will hurt you, Wendell Cooley. I'll hurt you, Danny Davis. I'll hurt anybody that comes after me. If you don't believe me, if you want to know why they call me the lethal weapon, ask Dr. Tom Pritchard, and now ask number 2 on the list, Danny Davis.
The CWF heavyweight champion, the lethal weapon, and he is Dennis Condrey. More great action on the CWF upcoming. Those wild-eyed Southern boys will be in action. Robert Fuller in single competition. You stay with us.
By for some great hit music.
Lord have mercy, baby's got her blue jeans on. It's a cheating situation.
It's Country Stars 2. 62 super hits on 3 LPs, 3 cassettes, or 3 8-tracks, only $19.95.
Big City, turn me loose. He stopped loving me.
From 40 years of recorded music.
I'm going back.
62 full-length hits.
Hello, darling.
Performed by America's biggest stars.
But these rose-colored glasses in the Oklahoma hills where I was born. You're my sweet one, my darling. Blue.
To order COD or credit card, call toll-free 1-800-633-6600 or save COD and handling charges by sending $19.95 for 3 LPs, 3 8-tracks, or 3 cassettes to Stars 2, P.O. Box 250045, Department CWF, Montgomery, Alabama 36125.
Killers aren't born. They're made. Judd Nelson. Robert Loggia. Relentless. Rated R. Starts Wednesday, August 30th at a theater near you.
I remember going on long fishing trips with my granddad. He'd bring cornmeal and cook what we caught his own special way. He'd say, first the batter, then the meal. It wasn't till I tasted Captain D's down-home country platter with its cornmeal breaded fish and all those country vegetables that I remembered.
First the batter, then the meal.
Granddad never could keep secret.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing in the ring from parts unknown, weighing in at 220 pounds, the Continental Cat. His opponent led to the ring by Downtown Bruno and Sylvia from Dyersburg, Tennessee, weighing in at 255 pounds, the Tennessee Stud, Robert Fuller.
That's all Dyersburg, Tennessee has to claim as its fame. It's in sad shape. What can you say?
I know Weasel Charlie.
Well, you hear the chant from ringside, Weasel, Weasel, Weasel. Bell sounds, we're ready for action on this edition of the Continental Wrestling Federation. And the Continental Cat being thrown into that turnbuckle hard.
Let's have some perspective down here, huh?
Look here, there's no sense talking about this match. You know who's going to win. Robert Fuller's going to humiliate this clown. Let's talk about the greatest week in the history of professional wrestling. Let's talk about double cage matches. Let's talk about the CWF, the #1 wrestling organization in the world today. Let's talk about it. First of all, let's talk about hurting this guy. Hold on a second.
Well, there you have it. Sylvia pounds away with that stick on the Continental Cat.
Now, Charlie, like I was saying before you interrupted me, we got double cage matches coming up.
You know,
first of all, Terry Garvin and the Beautiful Beast are going to take care of that ugly old Miss Linda and that goofy Adrian Street. I know they've been waiting for that mixed tag team match in that steel cage for a long time, and they finally got it. And just as a little bit of information, Adrian Street, the people didn't pick that match. Garvin and the Beast picked it out because you're too scared and you keep running away. And then the stable and the Southern boys, Jerry Stubbs, forget about it, Charlie Platt. Forget about it. The Stubbs stable, Robert Fuller, Jimmy Golden, Brian Lee, Downtown Bruno, and Miss Sylvia. #1 forever. And I am not a weasel.
Hey, where is the National Weasel Festival? You would know that, wouldn't you?
Ha, ha, ha. Very funny, Charlie Platt.
Wildcat Wendell Cooley has joined us here at ringside, and Wendell, let me commend you on your actions by not letting Danny Davis get back into that ring in the condition he was in, because I fear we would have seen a repeat of last week's situation with Tom Pritchard had you let him in.
That's exactly what I didn't want to happen, Charlie Platt. You know, like you said a couple of weeks ago, Tom Pritchard was very, very seriously injured. Now, I don't care a whole lot for Tom Pritchard, but I don't think things that bad should have happened to him.
Hey, Cooley, you cost me the match. But you did save my career. Thank you.
Very well put.
My daddy always told me never to give up. You did the right thing. Thank you.
I knew you wouldn't give up, Danny. That's exactly why I did what I did, because somebody was very seriously injured here a while back. And Dennis Condrey knew exactly what he was doing, Charlie. He wanted me to crawl in the ring. He wanted Danny Davis disqualified a little bit early, so his job would have been made easy for him. But I want to tell you something, pal. Your job ain't going to come too damn easy when you got guys like Danny Davis walking out to the ring, when you got guys like Wildcat Wendell Cooley walking out to the ring, you got guys like Steve Armstrong and Tracy Smothers breathing down your neck, pal. Things ain't going to come too easy for you. Now, I got some matches coming up, and I wish they were tonight. I wish they were tomorrow, because I can't wait to kick your booty, Dennis Condrey. And that's exactly what's going to happen, Jack. So you just get ready.
Wildcat Wendell Cooley, and it's a touchy situation, this thing that has erupted with the lethal weapon, Dennis Condrey, and he made mention of Steve Armstrong. Speaking of those wild-eyed Southern boys, they're in action next on the CWF. You stay with us.
Get ready for family fun at Knoxville's original Parenting Fair. On August 26th and 27th, the Parenting Fair will offer something for every parent and children, too. These Parenting Fair participants will join more than 100 others to offer information that can help make the complex job of parenting a little easier. Pick up complimentary passes at participating businesses and bring the whole family to the Knoxville Convention Center for the 1989 Parenting Fair. Hosted by your friend of the family, WHEE TV6 and Fort Sanders Regional Medical Center.
You've probably heard me say, Food Line saves you money on groceries no matter where you shop. Well, here's a good example. Before Food Line opened stores in Jacksonville, Florida, shoppers paid $850 million a year for groceries. In the summer of 1987, Food Line opened stores here, and the competitors started lowering prices. Within 6 months, according to industry figures, grocery prices in Jacksonville had dropped 6%. That's $50 million a year the people of Jacksonville have to spend on things that are a lot more fun than buying groceries.
Joseph Construction Company is pleased to announce that they've been appointed Butler Manufacturing Company's Builder of the Year. This award recognizes high performance by exceeding sales goals and for recognition of superior craftsmanship. Joseph Construction Company would like to thank all of our clients for their help, enabling us to receive such a prestigious award. It's an award that distinguishes Joseph Construction Company as the leader in the construction industry. Period.
When people look at my Mitsubishi widescreen, they can't believe the picture quality.
You've probably seen the Diamond Vision screens at sporting events. Well, Mitsubishi uses that same technology in your home set. From 35-inch television to 60-inch big screen, Mitsubishi makes the best. If it's not a Mitsubishi big screen, it's not worth watching. I love my Mitsubishi.
Lindsay Ward, the electronics store.
Those wild-eyed Southern boys on the Continental Wrestling Federation, and you see lovely Lard ringside taking all the ropes, taking all of the ring attire of Tracy Smothers and Steve Armstrong. Out to join me at ringside for the commentary, Jerry Stubbs. And Jerry, boy, things are heating up in the CWF. Summer temperatures might be hot, but not like the action we're seeing.
Well, I'll tell you, Charlie, you got that exactly right. There's a lot of things happening. You know, a lot of things happening with myself and the Southern boys, and there's a lot of things happening with Jimmy Garvin and the rest of them. That's going to be something to see in that cage match. That's going to be something I want to see. I'm going to definitely come out here and watch it, Charlie. When you got that mixed tag in the cage, I've never seen one of them. It's going to be interesting to me to see if Garvin can get his hands on Linda. I think he's got another thing coming.
You know, I want to say this. My personal opinion of this, the way you are gelling with these Southern boys as far as teamwork is concerned is certainly remarkable.
Well, you know, Charlie, I'm enjoying myself. You know, for the past couple of years, when you saw me out there acting a fool out of myself, that's exactly what I was doing. I was acting a fool. But not anymore, baby. I'm starting to enjoy myself, and I'm happy exactly where I'm at.
Fabiano goes into the ring ropes, double chop. Oh, and to the back he goes. You know, something that you and the Southern boys, you need to be psychologically and physically prepared for this cage match coming up, because these guys are tough.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind it's not going to get rough. It's going to get real rough, because anytime you're in a cage match, whether you got one person, two people, or three people, it's always rough. Now, all of us are going to be in there at one time, Charlie. All of us at one time. Can you imagine?
This is going to be a wild one.
I tell you what, it's going to be something real exciting.
Whoa, look at that. And here they come again, those wild-eyed Southern boys.
Look at that. You call that double team. But look at him. Hey, he's over here drawing the referee, hoping that Fabiano, there you go, baby. That's it. That's it.
That did it. It is over. And your winner of the match, those wild-eyed Southern boys, CWF Tag Team Champions. Thank you very much, Jerry Stubbs. And what a match that was. The Southern boys, your winners. We've got more to come on the CWF. Right now, let's check out what's happening in the arena this week on the Continental Wrestling Federation.
Don't miss the CWF Live in Newport, Tennessee, Thursday, September 21st. And in Tazewell, Tennessee, Wednesday, August 30th in the Claiborne County Fair. And in Knoxville in the Civic Center, Friday night, September 1st at 8 o'clock. It's double cage night. Special back-to-school prices. Kids 12 and under get in for $1. In the first cage match, Robert Fuller, Jimmy Golden, and Brian Lee with Sylvia, managed by Downtown Bruno, take on Tracy Smothers, Steve Armstrong, and Jerry Stubbs. For the CWF title, Loverboy Dennis Condrey meets Wildcat Wendell Cooley. In a mixed cage match, Terry, the Beauty Garvin, and the V's team up against the exotic Adrian Street and Miss Linda. The original RPM squares off with Nightmare Danny Davis, and Lou Fabiano meets Todd Morton. Plus, Ron Wright will appear with a special announcement in Knoxville, Friday, September 1st at 8 o'clock in the Civic Center. Don't miss special back-to-school prices. Kids 12 and under get in for $1 on double cage night from the CWF in Knoxville. Don't miss it.
Double cage matches coming to the arena. Those wild-eyed Southern boys and Jerry Stubbs had comments they made earlier today about their match against the Studd stable. Let's hear what they had to say.
Steve, Jerry, this is what it's all about. You know something, Steve? Me and you, we've wrestled in 5 different countries and all over this country right here, the United States of America. But I don't think, Jerry, that I have ever seen any lower life, nothing happening, slimy dogs than that goofy Robert Fuller, primetime Brian Lee, and jumping Jimmy Golden. Well, I'm going to tell you, this is what it comes down to, man. Cage match. Look at my face. Get it in real bit close right here, man. This ain't no playmate. This ain't no ballet, Jack. This is professional wrestling. Cage match. They put animals in cage, man. You know what I'm talking about? And you're looking at 3 animals right here. Now, this is going to be a historic night because I understand that the exotic Adrian Street and Terry Garvin are going to be in a cage match.
You may look behind your screen on TV and see everything happening. They're going to say, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, and this is going to happen. Well, you may not see our name in a cage match, but we've already went, and we've had it signed. So we're going to be in a cage. Now, Jimmy Garvin and what is it? Adrian Street. That's right. Adrian Street's going to have it warmed up. But after it's warmed up, we're going to end the night, and we're going to splatter you all over them cages, Golden. That's the one I want. Jimmy, I can't stand you. You blame me for everything. You blame me for turning you. You blame me for... Hey.
This feud goes way back, even further than anybody out there in the viewing audience even knows about. There's underlying little things that's been done here and there over the last 10 years. And, brother, it's all going to come to an end in the cage match. All the way around the CWF loop, brother. Get ready, Brian Lee, to have that face made some meatloaf out of, bro.
We're coming this time.
Cage match. No running, no peeping, no chucking, and no jiving. If you don't want to see blood, if you don't want to see heads get busted, then you better stay home because this is going to be one heck of a fight.
Well, we've seen a lot of great action this week. If you'd like to have the CWF in your hometown as a fundraiser for your club or school, call the number on your screen. Call Ron West, and he'll put you in touch with the CWF and how to have it in your hometown. And for this week, Charlie Platt saying so long from the Montgomery Civic Center on the CWF, leaving you with some action from the man they call the Iceman. Iceman Parsons, we'll see you next week.